What's up, everybody? It's your boy DK Bones with another movie review. This time it's the movie Splash, which came out in 1984. It's been a long time. I think it's been decades since I've seen this movie. Um, I remember HBO, all the cable movie channels used to show this movie like all the time when it was out when it was on regular TV. But again, this movie came out in 1984. It's an American romance fantasy comedy directed by Ron Howard from a screenplay by Lowell Gaz, Babalu um, Madell, Bruce J. Friedman, and a story by Friedman and producer Brian Grazer. The film stars Tom Hanks, Daryl Hannah, John Candy, Eugene Levy, and its plot involves a young man who falls in love with a mysterious woman who is secretly a mermaid. And again, it's been a long time since I've seen this movie, but Daryl Hannah is gorgeous in this movie. She is amazing. Well, more on her later. The film was nominated for Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay. It was notable for being the first film by Touchstone Pictures, a film label created by Walt Disney that same year, an effort to release films targeted at adult audience with mature content not appropriate for studio's flagship Walt Disney Pictures banner. And I find that odd now that Walt Disney just plasters their logo on everything, no matter what, if it's PG, R, or anything else. Before, they used to have a standard where it was Touchstone and a couple other studios where there was adult area, and then Disney was for kids and family. Splash was critically and commercially successful, earning over $69 million on an $11 million budget. So basically, you earn like 6 times what you made the movie for, making it the 10th highest grossing film of 1984, which everybody knows 1984 was a epic year for movies, and it received praise from acting, humor, chemistry between Hanks and Hannah, and of course you had John Candy. Let's go over the plot a little bit. Excuse me. In 1964, eight-year-old Alan Barr and his family had taken a boat tour of Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Alan is fascinated by something below the surface and jumps overboard. Even though he cannot swim in an ocean, he encounters a young girl, and when they hold hands, he inexplicably finds himself able to breathe underwater. However, Alan is rescued and pulled back to surface, and the two are separated. Since no one has ever saw the girl, Alan comes to believe that the encounter was a near-death hallucination. After the boat pulls away, the young girl is revealed to be a mermaid. A little bit of nudity. 20 years later, Alan is now a co-owner of Whole Foods wholesale fruit and vegetable business in New York City with his womanizing older brother, Freddie. I think that's Freddie is played by John Candy. So throughout the years, Alan's relationships have failed as he subconsciously seeks the connection he feels other couples enjoy. First, after his latest breakup, Alan returns to Cape Cod, where he encounters eccentric science Walter Kornbluth, which is played by Eugene Levy. They go on a diving expedition. When his motorboat restarts, Alan falls into the sea, is knocked unconscious. His wallet drops onto the coral below. He wakes up on the beach in the presence of a beautiful naked young lady and is unable to talk. After kissing Alan, the woman dives into the sea. She transfers into a mermaid. Also made underwater, she is sighted by Kornbluth. Uh, the mermaid finds Alan's wallet and uses the sunken ship's charts to locate New York. She becomes ashore naked at the Statue of Liberty, which you see in these pictures. The police has contact Alan. She's released into his care. The mermaid learns how to speak English by watching TV and is eager to explore the city. Unable to say her real name in human language, she selects Madison from the Madison Avenue sign. She tells Alan that she will be in New York for 6 full filled fun days and the moon is full, unable to return home if she stays any longer. Despite Madison's occasional outlandish behavior, she and Alan fall in love. She proposes to her, but she declines and runs away. After contemplation, Madison returns to Alan and agrees to marry him, but the added promise to tell him the truth about herself at dinner to welcome the president. Meanwhile, Carruth realizes Madison is a mermaid. He encounters, pursues the couple, trying to expose her by splashing water on her. After her first attempts at unsuccessful, Carruth ultimately infiltrates the dinner, soaking Madison with the hose and unmasking her identity. Madison is seized by the government agents, taken to a secret lab headed by Cornbluff's cold-blooded rival, Dr. Ross, for examination. I think Dr. Ross is played by Richard Schull. As she withers away in captivity, Cornbluff learns that scientists are planning to dissect her and causing him to regret his actions. Alan is shocked by Madison's secret and rejects her, but when his voice is disillusionment to his brother, Freddie berates him, reminding him how happy he was with her, realizing that she still loves Madison, and confronts the guilt-ridden Cornbluff, who has rejected by his colleagues despite providing the existence of mermaids, agrees to help rescue her. Cornbluff, accompanied by Alan and Freddie, impersonate Swedish scientists, which was a funny scene in the movie. Enters the lab, smuggles Madison out. Freddie stays behind to be arrested in Alan's place, while Cornbluff unsuccessfully tries to stop the military troops from catching the couple. As they make it to New York Harbor, Madison tells Alan that he can survive underwater as long as he's with her, prompting Alan to realize that she was a girl he met when he was a child. She warns him that if he comes to the sea, he will never return to land. Madison dies in the water as the troops close in on them. When they attempt to arrest Alan, he jumps in the water. After, but starts to drown, she kisses him, giving him the ability to swim under and breathe underwater. Frogmen try to capture them, but the couple fight them off and escape. Alan discards his jacket as the couple happily swims toward what appears to be an underwater kingdom. I don't remember that part, but yeah, this movie is a really good movie. The comedy, it was comedy, but Tom Hanks played one of his more serious roles. Plus, he had some comedy, but you also had John Candy, Eugene Levy, and some other actors. And this was a time where they videoed all over New York on that $11 million budget, which was cool. But Daryl Hannah was a beautiful woman in this movie. I think reason a lot of people don't hear from her as much is because of the relationship she had with Robert Kennedy, and then Robert Kennedy and Jackson Browne, and she was kind of blackballed in Hollywood and with musicians and everyone. But she did have a couple other movies. I think she played in Kill Bill, and she was in some shows recently. She was in a documentary called The Coastal. But she hasn't been in anything like really, really big. I think a lot of that thing with Robert Kennedy killed her career. But anyways, this movie is really good for its time. I give it about a 7 out of 10. Check it out. That's my review. If you like what you hear, hit the like. Comments, let me know how I'm doing. Comment, subscribe, share, and I will see you guys next time. Stay blessed.